guys coping with assignment?
Sir, can I please ask? So there's this article or source I got some information from, ne? But then it was it doesn't show the name of the author, though it shows the name of the for example, it shows indeed or editorial team. So is it fine if I take information from that article?
It is okay, but it's going to be difficult for you to reference it. You need to look for an article that has got authors on them, not the staff or the editorial team. I think I showed you guys how to get sources that have got authors. You need to go to Google Scholar. There you always find authors, but the one that has got editorial team is going to be tricky to reference it, unless if you go through the Harvard referencing techniques. I know that there's a way to reference articles like that, though it's going to be very tricky.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, because you can't say according to the editorial team, if you get what I mean. Anyone else want to discuss the assignments? Lesedi and Kia, are you guys all good?
So far, so good, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Kia is eating, so she's having some table manners. She doesn't want to talk.
No, I want to ask something. Is it that we're only to use Google Scholar for research and not other websites?
You can use all other sources that are relevant to the study, but for reference sake, it's always easier when you are using Google Scholar.
All right, then.
Okay. All right, guys, good luck with your assignments. As you know that next week, Friday, assignments will be open for submission. So I just hope that assignments are not going to suffocate you guys. You need to be on top of things. Otherwise, if you wait for things and want to submit during the last minutes, then all your assignments, even those from other subjects, they are going to suffocate you and you won't be able to breathe. So take your time and make sure that you are on top of things. So welcome to lesson 33 of Digital Marketing 3. We are going to be unpacking the social forces of the digital macro environment. And with lesson 34, I believe that you are going to be looking at the analysis of these social forces. But before we move forward, you guys should now be able to know that we have unpacked some of the letters on the PESO analysis. So we've already unpacked P for political, and we also had a case study under the political. We have unpacked E and T, so E for economic and T for technology. And we used an example of Takealot. We have also unpacked L for legal forces. We've looked at the legal forces. Actually, the legal forces are the latest key players that we discussed on Tuesday. So as a recap, we spoke about the microenvironment, specifically focusing on the legal forces of the digital macroenvironment, and we also did a case study analysis. So with lesson 33, the learning outcomes will be that you guys must be able to discuss the digital macroenvironment. You must be able to investigate the social forces of the digital environment. So you need to know how society, how the occurrences in society shape and influence digital marketing strategy and planning. So you need to discuss the impact of social exclusion. Who can define or explain social exclusion for us? What is social exclusion, guys? What do you think you know about social exclusion? I know if it's in a test, you guys can actually answer that. So can you please attempt and tell me what social exclusion is? I see people are sleeping on duty here. Anyway, social exclusion is being isolated from society, like feeling left out or no longer have that sense of belonging to society. Sometimes people can exclude themselves from society, but the trends within society can also always exclude you. So these are the terms that you are going to be going through. The first one would be social exclusion, social identity, culture, beliefs, and customs. Which word there do you feel like it's your very first time to hear about it and you may struggle to describe or define it? So do you guys know all these words, these terms? Do you know social identity? Do you know culture? Okay, we move forward because the definitions are there. So before we start discussing today's matter, before we start looking at today's trends, how do you think social forces influence digital macro environment? Why are we talking about social forces? Hello, everyone. Are you guys there?
Please repeat the question, sir.
How does social forces influence digital marketing? So the things that are happening in society right now, either online or offline, all the things that are happening in society, how do they affect digital marketing? You guys are not ready to be digital marketers. Okay, what about social exclusion? What is its significance in digital marketing?
Say, can I take a
Yes.
try on social forces? I think social forces influence digital marketing because they can make the strategies to change in a way.
Okay, to change how? You're on the right track, but how can they make strategies change?
Like if let's say I don't know how to put this.
Okay, I'm going to be unpacking this anyway, because there's a lot happening in society at the moment, and society keeps changing. The way people talk, the language of the day, the things that are trending in terms of dress code, in terms of the way people socialize, both online and offline, they do affect digital marketing planning and digital marketing strategy, because we need to resonate when coming up with a digital marketing plan or when coming up with digital marketing strategies. We need to come up with techniques that resonate with what is happening in societies. If there are any trending memes or if there are any trending uh, dress codes and any way of doing things in society, marketers always try to find a fit to resonate with consumers. So they position the brands in such a way, in such a manner that it resonates with brands. So then for social exclusion, when people are socially excluded, it becomes difficult to target those people because they feel like they're not part of society. Remember, nowadays there's a trend of diversity and inclusion, whereby we need to embrace, we need to tolerate people from different backgrounds. We need to tolerate people with different orientation, be it sexual orientation or beliefs or religion and so on and so forth. So these things, they do have some impact on digital marketing, especially when society is so divided and there's so much social exclusion. It can be noted that social forces are closely linked with culture and have significant implications for digital marketing. The key factors which make up these forces include social community-based demographic profile, social exclusion, and cultural factors. If I may ask you guys, are you all Pedi or Soto or Tswana? Because your names seem to be from the same ethnic group. Lesedi, are you Tswana? Yeah,
I am, sir. I
you are
am.
Tswana as well. Thank you,
Yes.
so.
Also to Minier.
You are Soto. Okay.
Yes.
So do you think, guys, your cultural identity, being Tswana or being Soto, it defines the way you behave online or the way you consume products? Does it have anything to do with the way you behave online and consume products, being a Tswana or being a Soto?
Maybe cultural, but
No,
is maybe something that I
Let's say I can't hear you. Okay, so you guys trying to tell me that your identity, your cultural identity, doesn't matter when you are engaging online or you are getting products. Okay, we'll get to that. So the size and growth rates of populations have implications for digital marketing strategy and planning. Therefore, analysis of demographic trends can reveal important issues such as that there is a significant group in each national population of at least a quarter of adult population that does not envisage ever using the internet. So thinking about the time that you guys spend on the internet, you are on the internet to socialize. You are on the internet to entertain others or to get entertained. So these are the social trends that you are experiencing and that we need to interrogate as digital marketers and come up with strategies that resonate with these trends. Are you guys well aware of Black Twitter? You guys don't know anything about Black Twitter. You haven't heard anything about Black Twitter.
Nah,
So
we just know Twitter. Black Twitter. What is Black Twitter, sir?
Okay, someone said, sir.
I was saying I've heard of it, but I don't really understand the whole concept of, or like the difference between Twitter and Black Twitter per se.
Okay. Hello, Makosazana.
Morning, sir.
I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, it's always good to check because you guys can log in. All of a sudden, it's your mom who's in class, and and your name. Twitter is a sort of an internet community, largely consisting of African or African American users on the social network Twitter, focused on issues interest of Black community. You know, all the celebrities and all the hype that you normally get, they can be linked to Black Twitter. So it's a way to describe the collective identity of Black users on Twitter. So in a sense, Black Twitter is a digital community. It's a digital community that allows people to connect and bond over what it means to be Black. So there's always so much hype, you know, all these discussions or these social wars, you know, these Black Twitter wars on Twitter. You need to go and read around Black Twitter, guys. So the digital divide raises the question of social isolation or internet disengagement. Others consider this to be an aspect of social exclusion. So think about people who want to be on social media, who want to be on the internet, yet they cannot afford to be there. Or yet one of the 5Ds that we discussed at the beginning of the year, 5Ds of interactions, the device, they do not have the device to be online, like smartphones or laptops, or they do not have data to be online, or they actually don't understand the digital platforms to be online. So this has got marketing implications, because if you want to target a specific community, let's say you want to target AMA 2000, right? Then through research, you then realize that almost half of AMA 2000 cannot afford to be on the internet. Like almost half of them are offline as a result of the digital divide or as a result of social isolation. Do you think your marketing objectives will be effective? Your marketing objectives wouldn't be effective because you are only targeting half of the population that you intended to target. So those are the implications of digital divide on marketing planning and marketing strategy. Any questions about social forces so far? Any questions about social forces, guys? Okay, your silence means that everything is sinking in. So, social exclusion. I asked you guys about social exclusion and everyone was quiet. The internet has the potential effect of accentuating differences in quality of life, both within a society in a single country and between different nations, essentially creating information haves and information have-nots. This is called the digital divide. So actually, the social status, the social position of anyone in community can be determined by how much they access information on social media and how much they participate in digital communities comparing to others. So do you think, guys, the way you engage online contributes to your social status or your social position in society, in communities? For example, if you do not have any accounts online, you do not have a LinkedIn account, you do not have a Facebook account, you do not have a WhatsApp account, you do not have a YouTube account, a TikTok account, do you feel like you are less a human in society if you do not participate online at all?
No. No.
Okay. Let's say others. Is it a must that you guys engage online?
Not at all.
I don't think it's a must to engage online, but I think it would be beneficial for one to keep up with what happens online.
Okay, so if, let's say at home, within your family, you are the only one who knows what is happening online, and everyone wait for updates from you, do you feel like you are socially better positioned than them?
To some extent.
Okay, all right. So that's part of social exclusion, you know, and social, you can actually feel the impact of social exclusion on yourself whenever you do not have enough data to be online, or whenever your device is dead. How do you feel, guys, when you haven't been online for a while? Do you feel like you have missed out? How do you feel when you haven't been online for a while? Do you feel like you have missed out? You have been socially excluded. Now you have to keep
Somehow.
up.
Somehow.
somehow.
Yes.
Okay. What is it that you feel you have missed out on?
Like current affairs, things that have been happening, or things that has been happening.
Okay.
Yes.
TikTokers, ladies, let's hear from you because I know that you're always online. Kia, Makosazan, are you guys always online?
So I'm not on TikTok, so
Where are you?
I'm only on Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram, Pinterest only.
Okay, so if you haven't been on WhatsApp for a while, do you feel like you've missed out?
Oh, no.
Okay, Kia, let's hear you. The moment I say Kia, she leaves. Okay. Oh, by the way, she said that she was going to have data issues. So the drive by governments and businesses to migrate to digital channels ignores a significant group of people who are not connected to the internet. And this has implications on digital marketing strategy and planning, especially in developing countries like South Africa, where there is notable digital divide. But you'd realize, guys, that there's been some changes for a while. I mean, there are so many internet providers, and there are so many institutes, outdoor organizations that are actually offering free internet because organizations are actually realizing the importance of having a connected society. Think about the malls where you go. All of a sudden, you switch on your Wi-Fi on your mobile and you find free Wi-Fi there. You go to the clinic, some clinics, you find there's free Wi-Fi. You go to Nando's or you go to KFC, you realize that there's free Wi-Fi. So these are some of the attempts that are being done to make sure that society is actually connected. Have you guys used free internet out there? Or you always have your own internet, your own data?
We have used free Wi-Fi somewhere in some places, such as malls, McDonald's. Some schools actually have free Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Okay. Lesedi, have you used free Wi-Fi? Because I've actually heard someone saying that I'm too hot to be using public Wi-Fi. So these are the instances, guys, whereby South African institutions. Yes, you're saying something, Lesedi?
So I think my speakers are a bit slow. That's why you keep on hearing me later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're just sounding as if you are from another planet, like you're taking long to respond, but I'll take note of that. Okay, guys, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can, sir.
Okay. So the impact of cultural forces on digital marketing is one of the social aspects of any community. So the local language and culture of a region can dramatically affect the requirements of a digital platform users, the types of sites used, such as media consumption, and the search engines used can also vary dramatically by country. Therefore, it is important for situation analysis to review regional differences. I've seen that especially on Google. I'm quickly going to Google. You know that on Google, there's Google Soto, Google Zulu. Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Now I
So
can, sir. I didn't hear you. Couple
Yes,
of
my internet just went AWOL for a bit. I don't know what was happening. Maybe there's load shedding. I'm not sure. Thank you. So you were saying something?
we didn't hear you before, but now we can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened. I think uh, someone out there was just messing with the signal. I don't know, but I'm glad that I'm back. So, guys, if you search Google on your devices, if you just say Google, if you've got internet, what is it saying there? What is it showing? Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes, sir. So it shows us the website and the definition of Google.
On my screen, can you see what's showing on my screen?
yes, sir. There's a
It says that Google is offered in what?
Afrikaans, Sotho, isiZulu, isiXhosa, Setswana, Northern Sotho.
So that's the implications of, you see, Google as a search engine. It does consider the languages. It checks your IP address and can track the region where you are. If you are in Zimbabwe, it can also offer the languages that are in Zimbabwe. If you're in Mozambique, it shows you Portuguese and Mozambique local languages. So I just clicked Zulu, and these are the words that are coming there. If I click Sesotho, those are the words. I don't even know how to read that. I don't know the difference between Sesotho and Northern Sotho. So, these are the things that companies or organizations like Google are considering when looking at the social forces of digital marketing. So the future state of the planet is a widely held social concern that is closely related to economic and environmental issues. Green business is an emerging trend that brands are embarking on. We are going to talk about green business when we are looking at environmental issues. So think about the introduction of electric vehicles, paper straws, and using recyclable materials. So we cannot ignore the role of culture, the role of language, the role of religion as social aspects of digital marketing environment. Are there any questions about cultural forces? So in conclusion, this lesson was a part of a learning exercise to help you develop a greater awareness of digital marketing by identifying how the macro environment, especially the social forces, affects an organization's digital marketing strategy, planning, implementation, and performance. You are challenged to consider the legal, moral, and ethical constraints of digital marketing by identifying the aspects of each environmental forces that are particularly relevant to digital marketing. And by now, you should have understood the significance of social forces in the digital macro environment and investigate the macro environment as part of the social analysis. Are there any questions, guys? Any questions or any comments? So would you say that you now know what social exclusion is? Would you say that you now know the role of culture in digital marketing environment?
Yes.
Okay. So as per our know, in the next lecture, we'll be looking at the social forces of digital market environment, but we'll be applying what we have just learned in lesson 33. We'll be doing a case study analysis. Remember, on each PESO, on each component of PESO, we unpack the theory and then we apply it to a real life situation. So let's meet in lesson 34 and do a case study analysis. And guys, know that in lesson 34, we need to both participate, as this is an analysis. I cannot do the analysis myself because I've already unpacked the theory to you guys. So now you need to prove, you need to show how much you understood during this lesson and how you can apply it to a real life scenario. I can always guide you guys or direct you on what needs to be done, but you need to be at the forefront to show if you have understood how you can apply the social forces to a case study. Is that okay?
Yes, sir, that's okay.
All right.